All right, by way of introduction, I'm Des Hague. I'm the co-founder of Aegis Enterprises, on several, or made investments in several businesses across North America. And also I'm delighted to be the partner of WC&A. By way of background, Caruso and Associates is a 40-year-old company. In that time, the firm has managed and been commissioned to deliver 12,000 projects. So when you think about it, that is a project a day for the last 32 years. And what I'm here to talk about is one of those 12,000 projects. This one gives me a lot of reward and satisfaction, really on two levels. First and foremost, I was the CEO of the hospitality company that was going to execute the program. I then transitioned to become a partner of WC&A, who actually was the company commissioned to do the design. So I will give you a perspective from not just the design side, but also how we're going to execute this in a small foundation like the Javits Center. So the objective is to deliver world-class hospitality in a facility which is 2.1 million square feet. So that's 6 city blocks one way by 1 city block by 6 city blocks. So it's almost like walking down downtown Manhattan. It's a large real estate play. The building was designed in 1986, so it has its unique challenges. Industry's moved on in the last 40 plus years, and so we're going to have to overcome some of those obstacles as well. And what we're here to talk about now is how do we get Crystal Palace to deliver on world-class hospitality. Crystal Palace, if you haven't visited, is a 77,000 square feet food service court area. It has over 225,000 transactions a year. So if you think about it, put that into context, that 225,000 transactions would be the equivalent of 6 very busy restaurants working 24/7, 365 days a year. That's the volume that goes through this facility. The Javits Center is the busiest convention center in North America, and one of the most revenue generated as well. So the challenges were pretty extreme to pull off low-class hospitality. But why do you want to pull off that level of hospitality is for a few reasons. The meeting planners who are bringing in the conventions, 7 out of 10 believe that food service and hospitality is important or extremely important for the success of the show. So without that elevated service, you're not going to have repeat shows coming through your facility. And I think the second piece is, I like what Jerry Maguire says in Show Me the Money. You know, it's the third largest generator of revenue for an event. So it's important that we can really drive incremental revenue and bottom line profit for these facilities. So what is it all about? How did we go about with the design, with the leadership at Javits, Alan Steele, Doreen, the team who are excellent to work with, the city planners, the architects, and then also the food service design and the hospitality provider. And it was all about creating excellence. What we wanted to do was, how do we develop a one-of-a-kind, unique and authentic experience that actually celebrates being in New York? A lot of people, like myself today, are coming into town, are going to be at the convention, are going to maybe giving a speech, maybe meeting for a business, and then leaving the next day. They're not going to walk around Manhattan. They haven't got time to do that in their schedule. So we've got to bring a flavor of the cuisine and the flavor of being in New York while you're at the convention center. That was the objective for Crystal Palace. And what we've been talking about is making sure, as we built this facility in '86, that we were actually now thinking about not just what the latest trends are now, but what are the emerging trends over the next 10 years. Because once we do this work, we're not going to be refitting this on an annual basis. It's a kind of a one-time shot for at least a decade. And the latest trends that we see, and maybe you see it out there as well, is 42-43% of the culinarians out there right now driving programs, the chefs, the celebrity chefs, the local restaurateur chefs. Their number one emerging trend over the next decade is to be environmentally sustainable. So it's being nice. You know, we say be nice at work, but it's be nice to the environment, be nice to the earth, be nice to the employees, make sure that it's sized right and it's healthy operation. That's going to be more and more challenging as we go through over the next 10 years. But we also incorporated some of the mega trends. Since 2006, the biggest trends being locally sourced. Products that are around, pulled out from a field 50 miles away. Is it caught locally, grown locally, refreshed locally, and brought in locally? And not only is the ingredients local, but it's utilizing, like here with the local celebrity chefs or emerging chefs in the community, to bring that authenticity to life on a daily basis. And there's a thirst for locally. The next trend, which kind of dovetails into that, is it locally relevant? Are you getting your foods right in the local communities? Does it speak about being from New York if you're in New York, or Washington if you're in Washington? And that's a mega trend moving forward. And then there's obviously uber local from a logistical perspective, healthy. These are some other trends. All these trends really make it more complex for operators to execute the program and the design teams to put them together. If we all want fresh, then we've got to think about when does the delivery come in. You know, how many times you deliver a day? It used to be weekly delivery. You can't have weekly delivery if you're going to have fresh. So that changes your space dynamics for the whole flow of an operation, particularly one that's in 2.1 million square feet of space. It's about the customer. It's about bringing magic, if you like, to life. Is the chef really resonating with your consumer base to make it special, unique, and differentiated from somewhere else, that they know they're in New York when they come to this award-winning location? And finally, after the trends, you've got to put it all together. And for me, there's really three elements: collaboration and teamwork. It cannot get more important. Thinking about how do you really put the program together at the right time, with the right people, with the right objectives. There's nothing worse than not knowing who's on first. And you cannot develop these strategies in vacuums. So it's working with the client, working with the food service design team, working with the operator, and bringing them together to work in teamwork. Now, when I talk about execution, I don't mean execution like the Godfather scene, where he's going through the toll booth. What I mean is execution that really allows you to develop, create, and execute in a seamless way on a daily basis. The result for us, for WC&A, for Alan Steele and his leadership team at Javits, for the hospitality provider here, is: are you driving customer recognition? Are you driving sales? The revenue of this facility to deliver world-class hospitality has been a stellar 20%, 2-0. Think about that. 20% in the busiest convention center in North America. That's not a small number. That's instant recognition. And it just dovetails in with the enterprise's larger goals. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to visit the garden rooftop. 7 acres upstairs. A bird reservation. It's phenomenal. There'll be beehives up there, and all that plays again to sustainability and enhancing the experience of the conventioners that travel into New York. And ultimately, I like this one. It's to knock out the competition. What our job is at WC&A is that we've got to work with the community of the city that we're in. We've got to work with the food service hospitality provider and find out ways to knock out the competition so they actually do have the best performance from a hospitality perspective moving forward. For anybody who wants to contact us, we're at Hague at wcaruso.com. We'd love for you to work with us on your next project, and we'd like to definitely make that the 12,001. So thank you for your time, and have a good day.